This is our world. It's full of amazing destinations and amazing things to do in those destinations. But there is a country that has a vibrant culture, scrumptious cuisine, and the world's most hospitable people. It has the world's #1 highest mountain range, as well as the world's #2 highest mountain range, and the world's #3 highest mountain range. Frankly, they make the Alps look like speed bumps. Can you guess where? It's not Nepal. It's not India. It's not even China. It can only be Pakistan. But wait, there's more. While Nepal, India, and China are incredible countries, if you wanted to experience both their cultural side and their nature side, you'd have to invest a significant amount of time and effort, and you often need to be a hiker or athlete to do so. Pakistan is the only place where you can immerse yourself into a rich cultural experience in its cities and visit the most mind-blowing nature experience in its mountains and return back in just 2 weeks. And you don't even need to be an athlete or a hiker. When I was looking to create a group trip that would blow your mind, Pakistan was easily the obvious choice. I can't wait to get back to Pakistan, and I'm wondering if perhaps you might want to come too. So let me tell you, why Pakistan of all places? Who's actually running this trip? Is it safe, even for women? What is so exciting about this itinerary anyway? Why 14 days? Why not shorter? And so on. I understand that your vacation time is limited and precious. It's crucial that the tour you pick doesn't end up being a waste of that precious time. But instead it rewards you with a rich and diverse variety of experiences and creates memories that will last a lifetime. I have traveled to many places and I've experienced tons of activities. And I can promise you that this is one of the most rewarding 14-day itineraries that I can formulate and put together anywhere in the world, both in the quantity and variety of the things you'll see and experience, and especially considering getting you from low altitude to high altitude and back with the least amount of effort on your part. First, let me tell you a bit about Pakistan in general, and then I'll tell you more about this itinerary and if it's right for you. So, Pakistan. Is it safe, even for women? Of course, in this instance, you'll be on a tour with many other travelers and have a local expert as well as having me. We'll pick you up from the airport when you arrive, you'll be with us the whole time, and we take you back to the airport when you leave. You'll never have to wander off alone. We're not taking you to any shady or questionable places, and everywhere we do take you is well established for everyone to visit. So on this trip, you definitely do not have to worry about any danger from harmful people. Pakistani hospitality is world famous. They consider a guest a blessing and will treat you as if they are the ones who are lucky that it was their country that you chose to visit. They will put your comfort and well-being ahead of their own, and even more so if you're a woman. Your greatest concern might just be that they worry about you too much. Not a real concern, of course, but just to make the point that as a woman, you most certainly do not have to worry about your safety, especially as part of a group tour full of foreign guests. I realize that 14 days is a lot for many of you to set aside for one trip, but this itinerary in Pakistan is truly special. I can't think of another country where I can wow you with both an incredible cultural experience and a mind-blowing nature experience in just 2 weeks. And to get to higher altitudes safely, we have to do so gradually, to give your body time to slowly acclimatize so that you don't risk getting altitude sickness. 14 days may seem like a lot, but in most places in the world, you would have to spend that much time just to see one hiking circuit, to visit the base camp of just one mountain, and you'd have to be in exceptional shape, and it could cost you as much as this entire trip. But on this itinerary, and in those same 14 days, not only will you visit multiple breathtaking mountains, you'll cross an actual glacier, visit different towns and villages and lifestyles in the north, and experience cities and cultural capitals such as Lahore and Islamabad. However, you should be in good health and be willing to get a bit active and break a sweat at times. I promise you, this special itinerary in this unique country is unlike any other that is available or even possible anywhere else. Let's get into it and you'll see why each day and each item on this itinerary is fantastic. And then I'll tell you about who's actually running it, talk about the price, if this trip is right for you, and so on. Lahore is where you'll land. It's an incredibly vibrant, historic, and culturally rich city with a stupendous food scene. Since you're likely to arrive in Lahore super early, the tour starts on this first day. But we understand that you need to recover a bit from the travel, so we won't tire you too much further. Perfect for this day is the Wagah border ceremony, where you'll get to observe the true energy and patriotism of Pakistanis for their beloved Pakistan. But not in anger as if at war, but instead in laughter, fun, enthusiasm, and cheer. You'll see that Pakistanis don't hate Indians, as you may have been led to believe, nor do Indians hate Pakistanis. That's all misinformation by media and governments to push their own agendas forward. And if Pakistanis are that much fun with their supposed enemies, just think how kind and caring they will be towards you, their guests. Welcome to Pakistan. We're just getting started. Day 2. You've got to see the photogenic Bacha'i Mosque. It's unreasonably photogenic, and we'll be taking many photos and selfies here. Then we'll visit the historic heart known as the Walled City. Colorful, energetic, and full of tasty foods to sample. Day 3 is wow. Imagine flying right over the Himalayan mountains and the Hindu Kush mountain range. Considered to be one of the most beautiful flights in the world. Then a fun and funny jeep ride on the second most dangerous road in the world, followed by an elevated hike with a glacier view on the side and the stunning 9th tallest mountain in the world right in front. To end in one of Pakistan's top destinations, the breathtaking Fairy Meadows. Day 4, we wake up in paradise, and today our agenda is simply to marvel at just where we are. We walk towards Nanga Parbat Base Camp, getting closer to the mountain. This is where I took my background photo for Day 4, as well as my YouTube background. But there's no destination today or how far we must go. It's all about taking in as much as we can. It's simply gorgeous. We'll have a blast tonight with a bonfire around camp as well as a well-deserved feast. Day 5, again wake up in paradise. And as amazing as it's been so far, on Day 5 we reach my personal favorite part of Pakistan. Unlike anywhere else in the world are the mountainous landscapes here in Hunza. Words cannot describe this place, and quite a few people actually cry because they are overwhelmed by what they see. We stay at the homestay of my very dear Pakistani friends in their lovely village of Gulkin. This is where I made my first YouTube video ever. You'll notice a very stark difference between the people here versus Lahore. Pakistan is a rich mixture of numerous people, and you're meeting many of them on this special itinerary. There's a beautiful monument in Islamabad celebrating this diversity in Pakistan. Day 6. We've had a very active 2 days, so we'll take it a little easy on Day 6. That is, if you consider a couple-hour hike to a mind-blowing viewpoint of a ridiculously blue lake easy. Wait, are we in Trolltunga in Norway? Nope, and nor did we have to hike 8 to 12 hours for our view. The view of Aurabad Lake from here is nuts. We also visit some of the coolest hanging bridges I've ever seen over a river surrounded by mountains. Again labeled the most dangerous bridges, but we're not going to force anyone to walk across, we're just here for super cool photos. Day 7. Now we get to ride my favorite road in the world, the road to Shimshal. It is a marvel of construction, carved mostly manually on the side of a mountain with many changes in landscape. You'll be glad that we're in a giant 4x4 because when I crossed this road with my friends, let's just say we didn't pick the best time of the day to do so. We reach one of the most remote villages in Pakistan and meet the people of Shimshal. They are the mountain conquerors of Pakistan. Very tough, very resilient, and unreasonably hospitable. We learn about their unique way of life in contrast with our own way of life, as well as the way of life in other parts of Pakistan. Day 8, wake up at Shimshal at 3,100 meters and feel in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by mountains, and you won't wish you were anywhere else. We ride back to Hunza and visit several iconic viewpoints. I'll warn you now, you simply won't be able to take enough pictures or videos to capture and share it sufficiently with anyone back home. Days 7 and 8 have been a bit of a rest from physical exertion because the days before were active and the days following will be too. Day 9. Good morning, glacier hikers. Is today the best day of the trip? I honestly can't make up my mind. Again, words cannot adequately describe the beauty of these ice formations and the thrill and feeling of walking among them. It's one of those, how is this even my life kind of days. We cross, we camp, celebrate our achievement of crossing a glacier, enjoy dinner, and share stories. Day 10, we wake up next to a glacier. There's a prize waiting at the top for us today. Picture an elevated meadow at 4,200 meters with a front row seat to a 360-degree view of mountains, several of them over 7,000 meters. A place this beautiful and this relatively easy to reach, honestly, should not exist. It's not a hard day, it's not a rush day, but it might just be the most rewarding view of a mountainscape you'll ever experience in your life. And then we go back down, celebrate our achievement, enjoy dinner, and share stories. Day 11, we enjoy breakfast alongside a glacier, then walk across it and ride back to our homestay. Do we want a lovely hot shower today? Yes, we do. But there are several prizes still remaining for today too. Hot shower, Eagle Viewpoint sunset, barbecue dinner, and the beautiful town of Karimabad. Just look at the photo of day 11. Day 12, it's time to head back south. There are far too many attractions along this route. The Karakoram Highway is the most wondrous road I've ever been on. For hours and hours, it winds through the most amazing nature. We flew north and skipped a lot of it the first time. But this time, we descend, which is easy to do by vehicle. So we'll try to see as many of the attractions as we can. Highlights include a mesmerizing view of Rakaposhi Mountain, Babusar High Altitude Pass, Lulusar Lake, and many more. Day 13, you'll likely have a flight tomorrow, so our goal today is to reach Lahore. But our trip isn't over just yet. We'll pass by and visit Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. Our main attraction here will be the Faisal Mosque, once the largest mosque in the world. Time permitting, we'll visit other iconic landmarks, such as the flowering Pakistan Monument. Islamabad also has an enormous food scene, and hopefully we can partake in some of that as well. Day 14, we take everyone to the airport to catch their flight. Boo-hoo. Alright, so who is actually running this tour? And no, I'm not doing this alone. This tour will be run by an experienced company that has been running tours in Pakistan since 2016. I know and have met the owner personally. This guy is a true Pakistan addict, loves it as much as I do, and cares about it as much as I do. He is William Miera, who founded the company named Ready for Road. Other than their genuine love for Pakistan, what is unique about these guys is that they have built their Pakistan tourism working directly with the local businesses. In a nutshell, it means you pay less, and more of what you do pay goes directly to the pockets of local businesses. A foreigner named William has brought a tour group. So many people here recognize me, it's amazing. The itinerary is mine. I communicated with Will all that I wanted to show you on my trip, and he and his team have done all the organizing behind the scenes to make it happen. What's more is that there were local people and families that I specifically wanted to be involved, and Will was able to make that happen too. You will get the benefit of true local connections with the expertise of operating in Pakistan over many years and the experience of accommodating the specific needs of international travelers. A local company that has only ever had local customers won't be able to provide you with the same level of service familiarity of dealing with foreign travelers. You'll see many other tours of Pakistan at quite a variety of itineraries and prices. All the popular or famous ones you'll find online will typically just hire a local company and add on their own profit to it. Nothing wrong with that. That is a very normal way to sell and run tours. The bigger the tour company though, the more overhead, the more cost, and the least connection between the local businesses and the tour company. If you search online, you can find 2-week tours to Pakistan for almost $5,000, and they don't even include all the exotic experiences on my trip. On some, you'll have to pay additionally for the food or some of the activities listed at an additional cost. Tours promoted by influencers like YouTubers, bloggers, etc. add another layer of profit, as you can imagine. And so those trips can get over $5,000. On my trip, you have a small tour company that works directly with local businesses, plus me, between your money and where it goes. And the price includes all the meals and activities. So who is this trip perfect for? Feel like a real explorer visiting an exotic destination that many still think is dangerous, but without actually being in any danger. Reach mountains and landscapes that only hikers get to see, but without actually having to be a hiker. Experience kindness and hospitality that makes you wonder, why don't we treat each other this nice back home? No, you don't have to be a hiker, you just have to be in overall good health. You should be okay and excited with getting a bit out of your comfort zone. We're not going to jump out of planes and skydiving, but we will have a few exhilarating moments intended to, well, exhilarate you. We will be in very nice accommodations for most of the nights, but we will camp out just a couple nights too, next to an actual glacier I might add, and a couple of nights in homestays. You should be open and even excited to experience a completely different culture and customs, but know that Pakistanis are incredibly caring and hospitable. You might observe a behavior that appears awkward to you, but you need not worry, as no local will ever intend any harm towards a guest. Pakistani cuisine is fantastic, and by Western standards, it's rarely on the weird side. It's mostly meat, veggies, rice, bread, fruit, and chai. If you have any injuries or health concerns, email me and we can determine if it's an issue or not. If this trip seems interesting to you, but you have many remaining concerns, it's okay. I would be glad to talk with you over the phone, on WhatsApp, or email. Maybe this trip is for you, maybe it's not. Let's talk and find out for sure. Just send me a quick email and let's get you some answers. If there is 0% chance that this trip is for you, no worries. Perhaps another trip of mine will suit you better. If you're 1% to 99% sure you might join this trip, again, just send me a quick email, "Hey Raman, I have questions," and we'll get you sorted out. And if you're 100% sure that you must be on this trip, well, let's get you signed up ASAP. Send me an email to get started. This trip, this itinerary, this country, and these people will give you an experience you will be so thankful you did not miss out on. Thanks so much for watching. See you in Pakistan.